So, you've probably heard the buzz around Russia's S-500 Prometheus. Is this thing a genuine stealth killer, a weapon that can see the invisible, or is it mostly just high-tech bluster? Today, we're going to dig into the wild claims and the much more complicated reality behind this so-called game-changer and find out if it can really do what they say it can.
And this is really the main event, isn't it? On one side, you have the pinnacle of American air power, the F-35 stealth fighter, which is built from the ground up to be basically invisible to radar. And on the other side, you've got Russia's brand new S-500, a system whose whole sales pitch is that it can find those invisible planes and take them down. So, can it?
All right, to get to the bottom of this, we need to look past the flashy headlines and the bold claims. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is the S-500?
Okay, so at its core, the S-500 Prometheus is Russia's top-of-the-line, next-generation air defense system. Think of it as the heir to the throne, the successor to the already very capable S-400. Its whole job is to build a defensive wall against the most advanced threats out there, from sneaky stealth jets all the way up to weapons flying around in near space. Now, let's talk about the official story, the one coming straight out of Russia. Because if you listen to the Kremlin, Prometheus isn't just a simple upgrade. Oh no, it's a total game changer.
And wow, this quote from a Russian military analyst really says it all, doesn't it? They're not just saying it's good, they're basically saying it's in a league of its own, that nobody else has anything even close. That's the powerful narrative Russia wants the world to hear.
And here's where the numbers start to get, well, kind of crazy. A claimed engagement range of 600 kilometers. To give you a little perspective, that's like being able to shoot down a plane over Paris from a launcher in Amsterdam. It's a huge bubble of no-fly zone.
But it's not just about how far it can reach, it's also about how fast it can react. They claim the S-500 can intercept hypersonic threats flying at Mach 7. That's 7 times the speed of sound. This is aimed squarely at the next generation of super-fast missiles that everyone's developing. But wait, it gets even more wild. The claimed radar detection range against ballistic missiles is a staggering 2,000 kilometers. I mean, that means a single S-500 battery could theoretically spot a missile launching from halfway across Europe, giving them a ton of time to do something about it.
So, what's on the menu for the S-500? Well, according to the official brochure, it's pretty much everything. We're talking the best stealth fighters like the F-22 and F-35, those hypersonic missiles we just mentioned, and even satellites in low orbit. If you believe the claims, it's the ultimate defensive weapon.
Okay, that all sounds incredibly impressive. Almost too impressive, right? And, with any advanced military tech, especially something this hyped up, you have to take a big step back and ask, what's the real story here? So let's peel back the curtain. And when you start digging, the first clue you find is this timeline. It tells a fascinating story all by itself. I mean, look at this. The design was done way back in 2011, but the production date just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed again. This thing has been hit with major delays for more than a decade.
So what's with all the delays? Well, one big theory comes down to good old-fashioned money. You see, Russia's production lines have been churning out the S-400, which has been a huge export success for them. Some analysts think they've been deliberately dragging their feet on the S-500 to keep those very profitable S-400 production lines humming for international buyers.
And this right here, this is probably the most crucial point of all. For all the talk, for all the incredible claims, there is zero public confirmation that the S-500 has ever actually been used in combat. Its real-world performance is a complete mystery. It's never been tested against the very things it's supposedly built to destroy. So let's put the politics and production problems aside for a minute and actually pop the hood. What's the technology that's supposed to make this whole thing work? You see, the secret sauce of the S-500 isn't one giant all-seeing eye. It's more like a whole team of specialists. Think of the acquisition radars as the lookouts, constantly scanning the skies for anything suspicious. As soon as they spot something, they call in the experts. These are the dedicated engagement radars, each one fine-tuned to track a specific kind of target, whether that's a nimble fighter jet or a screaming fast ballistic missile. It's this network, all working together, that's the key. Okay, so now that we've seen the hardware and the hype, we can finally get to the most important question of all. What can the S-500 really do? It's time to separate the real threat from the strategic bluster. And this right here is what it all boils down to. On the left, you have the scary headline, the stealth smasher that can take out F-35s. But on the right, well, that's what many Western analysts believe is the real danger. They think the S-500's primary targets aren't stealth fighters, but these big, slow, high-value support planes. We're talking about refueling tankers and AWACS planes, the flying gas stations and command centers of an air force. If you take those down, you can cripple an entire air campaign.
So let's just be crystal clear about this. Despite all the claims from Russia, there is simply no publicly available proof that the S-500 can reliably detect and track modern stealth aircraft like the F-35. For now, that whole stealth smasher title, it's just a claim.
So where does that leave us? What's the final verdict on the S-500 Prometheus? How should we really think about this thing?
All right, let's wrap this up. The S-500 is, without a doubt, a big leap forward in air defense. It's a very serious threat, especially to those big support planes we just talked about. But its anti-stealth abilities are totally unproven, and with production being so slow, it's not replacing the older systems anytime soon. It's a powerful weapon, but it's just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
And that last point is so important. You have to remember, the S-500 isn't a lone wolf. It's the apex predator at the top of a very deep food chain. It's designed to work as the top layer of this massive integrated network with the S-400s, S-350s, and all the others. It's the capstone on a huge defensive pyramid.
Which leaves us with one last thought to chew on. The S-500 is clearly a capable weapon system. But maybe, just maybe, its reputation is its most powerful feature. It creates fear, it forces other countries to spend billions to counter it, and it makes them think twice. So, in modern warfare, maybe the myth of the ultimate weapon is just as powerful as the weapon itself. What do you think? Thanks for joining us.